have success against any man or zone with the A route as well. You can see he's not really covered either. So cover 2, cover 3, he'll get outside cover 4 also. And the B route is a really good man beating route. Although you can see here he's also going to have success getting outside of the cover 3. So it's very hard to play stop. But run this against a man cover 4 times. Pass it outside, you can steal that all game. Next up we got the corner strike.
This offseason, get football on your terms with NFL Game Pass for just $9.99.
Against cover 2, pretty much any zone, if you streak the RB route, the B route will typically get open, but against cover 2, it's going to be especially, open. But pretty much any zone will have that effect. The table route's a good play against cover 3 on the left side, cover 3, cover 4. Because typically the cornerback will pull back so far that he won't be in play. But you get an easy one-play touchdown just by streaking the RB route and motioning out the B route. That's all you really have to do. It's best run from a hash mark, but you can see we're going to have a lot of success even without doing that, because he gets right at the seam there. If I run from a hash mark, I'll probably have a wide open one-play touchdown. Let me do that real quick. Run from the hash mark to the open side of the field, and you'll have a lot more success. So we'll do that one more time. So that RB route there, as long as they throw it before that safety has a chance to react, that should be gone, but he's coming over and keeping me from scoring a touchdown. But still, easily a one-play touchdown. I'm going to put him on fade this time, see if that really makes a difference. So I'm hoping to get out there a little bit further. And I want to score a touchdown. Maybe the run is just not fast enough. You see, he almost gets going. Except we have the point for drive. Same setup as the previous play block, the tight end. Drag the RB route with the X route or the B route on the flat, and this X route here will get past that safety one more time. It's pretty much the exact same concept as the previous play. Next up we have the mesh spot. Just put the B route on a streak. That's all you really have to do, and you're going to get an easy one-play touchdown over the top against cover 3. As you see right there, the cornerback basically turns around because he's more concerned with the wheel route coming underneath him. Next up, we have the Ravens trail. This play is really just a bunch of good man-beating routes, including the B route. This is a cover 2 man, and you see it still gets inside release. So any man covers these 3 routes in the bunch will have success, including the X route. The X route's a really good man-beating route as well. So this entire play is a man-beating play. Let's hit the RB route, the A route, pretty much everything's going to be open. It doesn't really matter. If it's a cover 1 robber, though, we'll have to watch out throwing over the middle. Next about the gun bunch, we got the speed dig. Cover 3 one-play touchdown against Current Gen consoles. So to run from a hash mark to the open side of the field, most of this receiver ain't going to put him on a streak. I'm going to also block my right axe slide up there to the left. You have to wait for this receiver here to cross a certain point before it allows you to pass it again. As you can see, it's really easy to one-play touchdown just as long as you wait for the quarterback to stop. I'll go to replay to show what happened there. You basically wait for this receiver, number 1, this quarterback next to him will stop covering to take on the crosser. At that point, you basically have to wait for this receiver to cross 31 yards, which he does already, and then you can bullet pass it away from safety. If the ball leaves my hand before that point, it won't let him pass lead. So you can see it's actually pretty close. That's right at that 30-yard marker. So they said maybe the cutoff's 30, but ultimately it's waiting. I say 31 yards before you can pass it again. Next up, we have gun bunch verticals. So we'll do it again from the other hash mark, the late fade, slide protection. So I'm going to roll in that direction anyway. Here you can see the cornerback glitches out a little bit more from the other hash mark. So maybe it's not specific to a hash mark, but you can see how it really makes sense. So this is a lot of Do that again. So against cover 2, you get a really good play up the sideline for a catch and run as long as you throw that ball on time and correctly once you pass the cornerback and pull it, pass it away from the conversation. Against cover 3, just motion this guy out here. And you have a lot of space in the seam. Very big play against cover 3.
Whenever I'm losing motivation, I hear this voice.
That's what you have to do.
You're not dieting in fucking taste, motherfucker. You're dieting for the results. The dieting is going to give you how it's going to make you fucking look. It tastes so nasty, I can't diet. You whining ass bitch. Pacified fucking pussy. Shut the fuck up and get that shit.
Against cover 3, the running back in the flat is a better play. Cover 3 and cover 4, even man cover sometimes if it's not aligned properly. Next up, we have the Zeke.
Master 7 trading rules will never work again. And I really mean that. Because if you look at the word master, that means that you are great. You are good at what you do. So I don't see why you can't trade full time if you master the 7 trading. To back test one. Trading is like a sport. We have to perform under pressure.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Off of play action, it's Watson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Maxwell. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Faking the give. Now Watson. Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now a first down throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Watson off play action. Allen's got it complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Well, this defense... For the Seahawks, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off play action. Whitfield. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Whitfield. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Simmons, and some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with 1st downs on each play.
He'll buy some time right. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Watson. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. Allen has it left side. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Off play action. Whitfield. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Whitfield flushed out right. And that's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Maxwell. Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Going deep here for Allen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Maxwell. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the 10-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. To throw is Watson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
At the 3-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Whitfield. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan.
Well, they were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there, getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
On 1st down, Simmons. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end, because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Whitfield. Flush to his right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf, 82 yards. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, "Don't do that again." What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. Watson now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Again, it's Watson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Point after here coming up. And that makes it a 9-point game.
Makes the score Texans 21, Seahawks 12.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Whitfield. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Caught by Allen. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 35 on 2nd down, Watson escaping the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Watson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before break. Whitfield. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Simmons. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Whitfield. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Off the play fake. Whitfield sliding out of the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Whitfield. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Watson rolling to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Maxwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, it's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's Watson.
And that's into the hands of Eckler.
And some room to work. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now it's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Allen. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Seahawks have recovered. And now the rookie's free. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Whitfield. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender. It got his man, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big connection on that one, 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Quick throw completed by Watson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. He finds his man, complete. It's Maxwell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
For as much as we extol his route running and him as a pass catcher, he might be better with the ball in his hands. He did not want to go down there until he found the end zone. And while he didn't quite get there, he and his guys are set up near the goal line now. 1st and goal.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Seahawks 20.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, Whitfield. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Push him back.
They'll keep it on the ground. Simmons. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
72 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
The 17-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, boy.
Off the play fake. Whitfield, he'll buy some time right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now a 1st down throw. Watson.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it's a 2nd down. Back to throw. Watson looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there. I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
To the air yet again, Watson. They'll roll him out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Darrell Taylor, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Allen's got it complete. And some room to maneuver. Oh, some strong running. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Watson off play action.
Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Watson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
To Evans on the slant. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Watson looks to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Seahawks 34-yard line.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 24-yard line. Watson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Mike Evans. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Lockett the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Whitfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing now, Watson. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And this is caught by Evans. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Third and long. It's Watson. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways.